perfect. The first thing I do when I get into the studio is make a dark room, just because it's a necessity for screen printing. You have to flood the screens with a photosensitive chemical called emulsion. And so basically you've got to keep it in a dark space. I like to refer to it as a fort.
Miles' process is very regimented. He knows each step that he has to do. And so I decided to do a kind of mirroring dance with him. It's kind of a mapping of Miles in the studio. He's all over the studio. And I try a couple different ways to capture those actions. Getting into the mind of Miles is not easy.
Cool. You ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Eric sees the clown nose and says, "Oh yeah, just put the clown nose on. That'll convey silliness."
Dude, that's awesome.
There you go.
Thank you.
Wow.
If I'm making a portrait of somebody that I've just met and try to capture their essence, I really luck out getting somebody with a sense of humor kind of like mine.
That's fake angry. What pisses you off?
Sitting here sweating with the word kittens.
You definitely get the appearance that he's a tough guy, and then I talk to him more, and he's goofy, he's silly, so I totally wanted to use that in my work.
I'm never gonna get laid after this, dude.
Your crotch is still too lit.
Needs a little bit more punch, but I really wanted to try to capture your love of pattern. This is what I do. I tell people stories through my abstract oil paintings. This opportunity is definitely a stepping stone in my journey with my art career. I want my art to have meant something to not just somebody, but lots of somebodies.
Just be like you're sleeping, totally relaxed. Yeah, that is so perfect. Death portraiture was pretty historically significant, maybe the 1800s. When a person would die, you'd take a photo of them. With Nao, it would work perfectly because there was something morbid about her work, and I felt like the only way that I was going to get a good handle on her was to make her dead.
I have no idea what Miles is up to, but I like it. It's loud, and he has special tools and masks and goggles, so I'm in.
I'm making a portrait of John based upon his essence. He loves reptiles and snakes, and I was able to locate a bit of decorative wallpaper that actually has a reptile pattern on it.
It's clever, it's conceptual, I love it.
Uh-oh, we already have nudity.
She's painting you naked over there.
I know, it's awesome.
You got like green pubic hair bush. It's looking pretty good. Nicole's intimidatingly good looking, but so's Judith.
How'd you get her to pose nude? Woohoo! Where was I?
I feel like Jamie Lynn's piece is work that people do when they're squiggling and cutting out. Eric's piece is amateurish, like high school project. We'll see what happens.
Hello everyone. Now we part to the serious part because I want to see what you've done this afternoon.
I think it's limitless what we can learn from Simone. I mean, he sees amazing art on a daily basis. He knows what's going to make it in this competition.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, how are you?
Now, whose portrait are you doing?
I am doing Jamie. She's a lover of pattern. She's got on quite a lot of jewelry, and it kind of reminds me of something where you got a lot of patterns that have to work together.
I can't see how it reflects Jamie's personality.
Few things. She's wearing a lot of blues and has some ochres on. So originally thinking that these colors were going to be a little more synergistic. Simone's concerned, but I'm not going to panic. I'm just going to let the piece kind of take a life of its own.
You'll see when you progress, you know, what you feel better with.
Okay.
What you call wall power, once it is hanging on the wall, and that's what you want. Hi, Neo. So what are you working on?
Well, I'm working on a portrait of Miles. It's his movement and the different locations that he sets up his projects.
Conceptually, it's very interesting. What I'm not so sure is the visual result of it all.
Okay.
I'm a little worried that the judges might not see what you're trying to convey.
This process has been much more difficult for me than I thought it ever would. Believe me, the stress was piling on.
What is this?
Hi, Eric. So, how have you been doing so far?
This is a hell of a time to learn how to paint. What I did with Mark was that I immediately just knew he was just goofy.
And why did you choose a palette?
I almost wanted to have him trapped in there.
This is at a stage where you could overdo it, possibly. You have this contrast between a very figurative depiction of the clown and then this very kind of abstract expressionist color blobs on top of it. So on one level, it looks nearly done.
Do you want to go hit the strip club since I'm done?
No strip club tonight.
They finished early. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I kind of have free time now to make minor changes and worry about if I did a good enough job.
Hi, Miles. How are you doing?
I'm working on a screen print right now, and basically the photograph is the aesthetic of a traditional death portrait for nail.
Oh, I see.
And then back there is my fort that I made for exposing screens.
You've tried something fairly, sophisticated in terms of technique.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
Maybe you can show me what you installed there.
Yeah, sure. In here I set up a light table, and the light behind this is the thing that exposes it.
I'm very impressed in terms of processing. It's first rate, and I hope that the result will be equally first rate.
Me too.
But I think it looks promising, so I look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Hi, Mark.
Hello,
how are you?
I'm doing all right. I wanted to make him look as tough and gritty and beat up as possible.
So you're playing with the computer image to try and enhance it?
Yes, making him swollen around here, making his knuckles more bruised.
It's very punchy and strong, and I see exactly what you're getting at.
I think my work's a pretty high quality, and I'll at least be above average. Growing up in a small town, being above average is not bad at all. I'll take a B+.
We have under half an hour until midnight, so try and get as advanced as you can before tomorrow. After that, you will all be going to the William Beaver House, which will be your home during the competition. One more thing, the winner of this challenge will get immunity and cannot be eliminated from the next challenge. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
15 more minutes.
Yeah, it is kind of like Stephen King's It. Good luck with that. Eric is essentially making me look a little creepy. I don't see myself as dark and creepy.
I see Ryan, I see Abdi, Jackie really starting to get into representational detail. My piece is different from the other pieces. I'm hoping that the judges understand what the intention of the work is. I think it's time to sleep.
My ball broke for exposing.
Oh no.
The ball was just the most crucial part to the screen printing process. It's fried, I can't screen anymore. My OCD started to act up. It was just overwhelming because I plan out to a T everything that I'm going to do, and when a wrench is thrown into it, I just get really worked up. I'm screwed. That's it for me.
I guess I could live here for a little while. It's okay.
I've never stayed in a place like this. I've been sleeping in my truck and sleeping at my parents' house. This is kind of a new thing.
Who wants one?
Oh God, I'm thinking about how much it sucked that that ball ballooned. It's just really overwhelming. So I'm feeling stressed out.
Like, I have arrived.
Yeah, it's really funny. Today is the first gallery show. No one wants to be the first person to go home.
I had some weird dreams, I'll tell you that much. I just woke up to the stupid reality that I couldn't screen print anymore, so I'll have to experiment with the materials in the studio.
Let's go, kids. Don't forget the Motrin.
I don't know how I'm going to get this done in time. I really like my portrait visually, but I'm still not quite sure if I've captured the essence of Ryan.
Even though Simone's not really sure about my portrait of Miles, I trust that the result, whatever it may be, is going to be a product of art. And I also have this other photo portrait I took of Miles, so I decided to use the picture behind my drawing.
It's going to be right down to the wire. I'm attaching printouts of nail to this panel that I made last night, and then just do a little bit of random screen printing with that little bit of screen that was partially exposed.
I'm worried mine line is a little too soft.
Yeah, she's definitely got like the bright color thing going on.
I'm very proud of my piece. I'm extremely excited for how it looks to the public, but I'm also a little nervous about getting feedback from the judges. She's got like 2 different necklaces, she's got some flowers, so this is probably how she feels inside.
The way that she's describing the work to me is much more interesting than the way it looks.
I just feel like it's too straightforward, and I would work on the eyes more.
What is going on with Nao? Just work on your own piece.
I'm just saying what I know. Okay.
It's just that at this point.
I know, it's stressful.
It's done. It's done. I was standing back there. It looks exactly like me.
Even though that's not the original idea, I'm feeling pretty confident about the finished product.
How are we doing on time?
5 minutes. Yes. So everyone, time's up.
This is the first time I will ever be critiqued on my art. Ever. I'm scared shitless.
Oh, there's one room that gets a private room.
I should take the single room because I need a lot of space. Rock, paper, scissors.
1, 2, 3.
Nicole is the winner. Then I just say, Judith, you just take the single room.
Why? Come on, say it. Why? There's only one reason that they would do that, and that is because I am the elder of the 3 of us.
I'm gonna take the window.
I love having my single private room. Okay. I'm not going to argue about it.
Good evening, everyone. I want to introduce you to your permanent panel of judges.
I recognize the judges, and the pit of my stomach just drops out.
First, we have Jerry Salt, a 2-time Pulitzer Prize finalist and senior art critic for New York Magazine.
Art is a way of showing the outside world what your inside world is like.
Jeannie Greenberg-Rohatyn, art advisor and gallerist.
I'm just looking for something that intrigues me, something that confuses me or surprises me.
And Bill Powers, co-owner of Half Gallery on the Lower East Side and editor-at-large for Purple Magazine.
We're looking for artists that inspire us to look at the world from a new angle.
Okay, it's time to open the gallery and let's see how you did.
I'm happy with my piece because there's nothing worse than showing a crap piece to the public. I made a portrait of Trong, showing Trong in his role as writer, curator, and artist.
I'm not 100% pleased with it by any means, but I took some risks with it in terms of constituting it in a 3D format.
I think the judges should be impressed with my work because my Photoshop skills are pretty damn good, and it looks like a good solid art piece.
Seeing my work for the first time in a gallery is nail-biting, but it looks like it belongs.
Since nudity is part of the piece, I think it was interesting to people because they wanted to know how it had happened.
I think it captures a part of me, but not 100%. I knew that my piece would just stand out because of the intensity of it.